Welcome. My name is Elisa Enriquez, and I go by she, her pronouns. I'm a member here at this wonderful church, at the Unitarian Church of Los Alamos, and I'm the worship associate this morning. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever your image of the holy, wherever you are on your life's journey, you're welcome here. And also, if you are online, welcome. If this is your first time with us, we'd love to get to know you. Please sign the guest sign-in book in the foyer or online, where you can receive church announcements and emails if you'd like. You can also speak with Rebecca Howard, who's the chair of our membership committee, and there she is, or Mike McNaughton, who also serves on our membership committee, for more information about the church. And again, if you're watching online, hello. Please do sign the virtual guest book. There's a link to it below the video. If you're a parent, please talk to Terra Hite, our Director of Lifespan Religious Education, about our kid and youth programming. We have lots of worship options for young children. We have a young worshipers space, our intention table right here. Kids can stay seated with their parents. We also have the library, the quiet room in the library, and our nursery is down the hall. Our nursery coordinator, Sarah Hammond, would be happy to check in your kiddos. This Sunday, after Time for All Ages, kids will be walked out by Elizabeth Portillos, our children's RE teacher, and Terra Hite to their classroom for children's story time. If at any time you would like to light a candle or write a joy or sorrow in our book, please feel free to do so at the beginning of service. And the Joys and Sorrows book is right here, and we welcome anyone to light a candle and write in it. Again, welcome. We are glad you're with us. And now I'm going to invite you to greet your neighbor by introducing yourself. And please remember, COVID is going around, so if you'd rather just wave at your neighbor, that's totally cool and acceptable. And we also have masks at the front if you'd like. So I will ring the chime to call us back. So please do greet your neighbor. Sure. I can ring it. Okay. And then Tara's going to do announcements. Oh.
Yeah, Terra will do.
And for our announcements this morning, Terra Hite's going to be sharing with us.
Good morning, I'm Terra Hite. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the Director of Lifespan Religious Education. And today at 11:45, we have two different things going on. We have the UU Inquires here in the sanctuary, and then in the fellowship hall, we're going to have game time where kids and adults are welcome to gather and make puzzles, and we're also going to be making paper cranes in honor of yesterday being International Day of Peace. And then after that was the open invite for anybody to join us at the co-op for lunch. The co-op has kids in 12 and under get 20% off the hot bar on Sundays, and it's a great time for us to join together and socialize and reflect on the service and hang out. And then today, the teens are going on an outing to see Beowulf at the Los Alamos Little Theater. And So that starts at 2 p.m. I think there's still tickets available last I checked. So if you have any teens who want to last minute sign up, they can. And after the show, we're going to be meeting here for Frito pies, and some of the cast will be joining us. So that's going to be super awesome. And then coming up next week, we have the Reimagine Together from an extractive age to a new era. So join us for the Climate Justice Summit. There is programming for elementary ages to adults. It's a free event for all, and there'll be snacks provided. It'll be here from 3 to 5 p.m., and you need to RSVP, which, do you have the? Oh, I just put the QR. Okay, there we go. There's a QR code. So this is community engagement, group discussion, reflection, and action on climate justice issues that impact our local Los Alamos community and northern New Mexico region. We'll engage in small group discussions of where our skills and passions can intersect with how we can impact the issues and challenges that exist in our community. We will commit to joining community actions and climate justice work locally and regionally. Examples of actions could include Bee City Los Alamos, the Los Alamos Seed Library, Citizens Climate Lobby, the Peak, joining with activist organizations working on climate justice issues, or other actions we can come up with at the Climate Action Summit. So you and your kids and all community members, please invite people that you know to this. And then also that day, right after the service, we'll have our OWL, or our Whole Lives Sexuality Curriculum Program for 4th and 5th graders. The orientation for parents and kids is next Sunday at 11:45. OWL is a welcoming, comprehensive, accurate, age-appropriate, affirming, and inclusive sexuality education program, and it will run Sunday afternoons from October 6th to December 15th. Kids and parents will each get to learn more at the orientation session. And then on Monday, September 30th, we're taking a field trip to the San Jeronimo Feast Day in Taos. San Jeronimo is the celebration of the patron saint of Taos, Pueblo, and it's one of the most significant events for the Taos Pueblo people. If you're interested in attending, please let me know, and we'll be meeting here at 9 a.m. to carpool or caravan. And then also, please just look at our weekly church announcements and at The Voice, because we're trying to get information about events out to you. And so if they're going to your spam folder, try to reroute them. And then in this week's email, I'll include more information about our collection for the blessing bags. So thank you. Hope to see you all those places.
We gather in worship to find meaning and to live more deeply. Worship creates connections within, among, and beyond us, calling us to be our better selves, calling us to live with wisdom and compassion. As our theme for this month in worship is invitation, I invite you into this worship space this morning as we listen to our opening music.
Gracias por el
Thank you, Taryn. Our chalice lighting words this morning are the abundance of our lives together. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us. Please rise as you are able for our opening hymn, number 1000, Morning Has Come. Remain standing for our affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve life in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony. Thus do we covenant with each and with all.
You may be seated. Candles have been lit over here in our Joys and Concerns area for Taryn Reeves, who will be moving to Pittsburgh, and in gratitude to her service to our church. She'll be moving in at the end of October, correct? Yes, so you got one more month with her here, but she'll be moving to Pittsburgh. In gratitude for a family with good news of no cancer. Ooh, yes. Philip Rivera, friend of Rebecca, who is recovering from an accident. This is for my beloved friend, who is a niece to me, who is in the hospital with severe liver damage after trying to take her own life by overdosing on Tylenol. I'm hoping for her recovery, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And we lift up the life of Betty Grisham, Beth Bowman's mom, who passed. And this morning, I will invite us, it's the theme of gratitude, to speak our gratitudes out loud, and I will repeat them when spoken. So if you feel so called, please call out a gratitude. Grateful to have had friends here. Life. Grateful for life. Rain. Artists and performers, yes. Music, yeah. Mountains. Family. Toilets. Yeah, it's good to have toilets. I will agree. That's awesome, Otto. Mountains. I'll say tattoos. Fish. Beauty of New Mexico, yeah. This wonderful place, yes. That's a gratitude too. Yeah. Anything else we would like to call out? Puppy dogs. Oh, yes. Yeah. Cats. Oh, cats too, right? Los Alamos. Yeah. Children. Yeah. What? Mermaids. Oh, yeah. My niece just had a mermaid birthday party yesterday, so she would agree with mermaids. Siblings. Yeah. Markers. Sunshine, okay. Yeah. Pencils, yeah. Tinas? There's multiple Tinas in the world, this is true. Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you for sharing in this participatory meditation time on gratitude. And may all those things that are unspoken, that are on our hearts, still be with us in this time of stillness together. And let us now enter into our meditation hymn, number 1010, We Give Thanks.
And now if the young or even the young at heart would like to join us at the front. Thank you. Taryn, I'm so sad to hear that you're moving away. You bring so much to our community and are a special part of it. I love your family, and I know it'll be great for you to be with them, but I'm sad because I'm going to miss you a lot.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to miss all of you too.
It's hard to have someone special in my life move away.
I know. What can we do with these sad feelings?
Well, once William and I were in the car, and we were running late to pick up Jane. I was feeling really flustered. And whether I was flustered or not, we still had to drive the distance to get her. It was then that we came up with a game we have used a lot of times since. It changed the ride from a stressful one, where I would have still been flustered when we got there, to a ride that I really enjoyed and started to notice all the things going right. It turned out we weren't that late, and William and I both felt much happier when we got there. We call it the gratitude game.
How do we play that?
Well, first, one of us says something we are grateful for, and then the other one does. The only rule is that you can't make any repetitions, and everyone gets to go on their turn.
Does it help?
Yeah. When I am feeling frustrated or sad about something, or when I'm feeling flustered, the gratitude game really resets my attitude. Do you want to try it?
Sure. You go first.
Okay. Taryn, I'm really grateful for you, and that you were here when I started my job here, because you brought so much love and kindness and have been such a support to me. You're a ray of sunshine.
I'm grateful to have friends that care about me.
I'm grateful that so many people showed up for our kids' karaoke night on Friday.
I'm grateful for good health.
I'm grateful that you are someone who also likes to dress up.
I'm grateful for the people that cared for me at the group home.
I'm grateful that Pittsburgh will be a new adventure for you.
I'm grateful I got to live in a beautiful place called New Mexico.
I'm grateful that I have other people in our community who also love you that I can talk to when I miss you.
I'm grateful that we will still be able to talk on the phone.
I'm grateful that you will be able to come to visit.
I'm grateful for a friend like you, Terra.
Oh, thank you, Taryn. I'm still sad to miss you, and I'm also grateful that now I will think of you when I play the gratitude game, and it is something that you can take with you.
Thank you, Terra. I'm going to share the gratitude game. Kids, would you like to come with me to the story room? Elizabeth is going to read Gratitude is My Superpower by Alicia Ortega.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting sheep instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, in a city of strangers. I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, duly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
That was beautiful. Thank you. So this reading was written by my grandfather, the Reverend Neil A. Kuyper, and it's titled Life of a Leaf. As a gentle breeze blew through the branches of the tree, I saw it lift you for a moment before you started your downward journey. At first, you seemed to hang in midair. Then, as if dancing, you continued on your path to the ground, swirling sideways, farther from your mother tree. You landed on a blanket of the fallen leaves that preceded you and rolled over once, twice, 3 times before settling on the rosebed. It's not often that I contemplate the life of a leaf, but all afternoon, as I gather you up with your brothers and sisters, I thought about you. It is if you came to teach me something about living. Indeed, we have a common link because we have the same Creator. I remember the season when you were born. The branch of the tree was heavy with bulging buds that warm spring day. As I worked in the tulip beds or mowed the lawn beneath you, I'd look up and observe your development. Your dark green color was a welcome sign after the cold, frigid winter. Real signs of your strength and maturity came when the dark clouds formed in the western sky and the powerful wind started to blow. Although you danced furiously, you clung to your branch and did not let go. On hot summer days, I'd sit underneath your cool and refreshing shade. Did I ever tell you how much I appreciated your protection from the sun? In late evening, if I found it difficult to sleep, I'd watch you bathed in the moonlight. You seemed so calm and lovely, a silhouette against the sky. As summer began to slip away, I noticed that you were becoming a paler green hue. Then you entered the autumn of your life and showed your real colors, as did your neighbors. I was happy to enjoy your unique and vibrant nature. Then, one day, you floated to the ground. I picked you up and saw for the first time the scars from your life, a few holes here and there, marks of the challenges you faced. Here, we lived so close to one another, but I was not aware of all your struggles. When spring returns, I'll mix you with the soil. You will bring life and vitality to my roses. Perhaps you'll become part of the brilliant Mr. Lincoln Rose, of which I am so very proud. Those who pass by and admire the beautiful blooms will not know of the contribution you made, but I will know, and you will be living again. So in preparation for this service, Eric and I over there, my partner, have been in conversations about this subject of gratitude. Eric encouraged me to use my gratitude journal that my mom gave me after my dad's death. I actually had not used this journal at all yet, and it has almost been a year since my dad passed. When Eric or my mom would say to me, "Use the gratitude journal," I would always bristle. Why do I bristle? Why do I bristle at actually engaging in the practice of gratitude? There could be many things that are blocks to being able to be grateful. Eric and I also brainstormed some of these blocks. Some of my blocks included not having enough time, feeling tired and overwhelmed, not feeling grateful for a world that can seem so negative, and the big one, grief. Gratitude when we are grieving, tired, or are overwhelmed is hard. But I have found that it is worth it. So before coming out here to New Mexico, I was struggling to find my path. I wasn't too grateful for my life, and I had been working as a chaplain in a Trauma 1 hospital, and on a daily basis, I was seeing some of the worst parts of life. It was a hard job, and I was struggling. I hadn't found our Unitarian Universalist community yet, and I was needing a community. Luckily, I stumbled upon a gratitude practice that helped me be in the present moment. Every day, I would try and reflect on what I had in my life at that moment. I also found the Unitarian Universalist Church during this hard time, and I will say that things got better once I found the UU community. I was still practicing gratitude daily, and eventually, it actually led me here to Los Alamos and my past position of Director of Religious Education. Practicing gratitude was a big part of me ending up here with you all. And I actually became grateful for my life, and this led me on a path of wanting to help others find gratitude and joy in their life. So now, jumping ahead 10 years to this present moment and gratitude. Let me tell you, gratitude has indeed been a struggle. After we lose those we love, it can seem pointless at times to practice gratitude. But it is at this moment that practicing gratitude can be most helpful. So as Eric and I discussed the topic of grief, he reminded me of a Men in Black quote that really resonates with me right now. Will Smith, who plays Jay, is partners with Tommy Lee Jones's character, Kay. Kay had to leave his wife in order to work for the Men in Black and keep the world safe. So sometimes he spies on her and watches a video of her on his desk computer. And when Jay saw this and saw Kay looking at a video of his wife to make sure she was okay, Jay says flippantly to Kay, "Well, you know what they say, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." Kay looks him right in the eye and says, "Try it." Kay never says that what Jay said is untrue. Loving someone is just more complex than the cliche phrase that Jay repeated. When exploring the blocks in my life to being grateful, my own personal grief journey has been a brick wall. I'm an optimistic person normally, and this grief stuff has clouded my bright, sunshiny days. It is hard for me to sit with my sadness and pain. This past week, I was driving into work on Tuesday, because Monday's my day off, and thinking about this gratitude topic. And I really didn't want to preach on it, because I was not feeling grateful. I was not grateful for losing my dad to cancer. I definitely was not grateful for cancer in general, no. I was not grateful for grief. That day, I ended up going to our local grief group here in town, which Terra actually told me about, and we were able to attend together. This group allowed me to just be present in the moment for an hour and a half with my grief, but not alone. The grief group helped me to be grateful for my feet. Literally, we talked about just being grateful for our feet, which got us to the group that day. Sometimes, my grief can make me bitter and angry. When someone tells me, just do a gratitude practice, I want to say snarky things back, like, you try a freaking gratitude practice. Or don't tell me what to do. Or I don't have time for that. Thoughts like that come into my brain. There are so many experiences of grief that we go through in life. We experience grief not only when losing or caring for the people we love, but for our own physical and mental health struggles. losing a job, losing mobility, a divorce, losing a competition, experiencing empathy for the world's grief, and more. Grief is indeed hard, and practicing more gratitude during this hard time could possibly help us through our feelings of grief, exhaustion, and overwhelm. So how does a snarky, sad skeptic like myself even begin to practice gratitude? I did it in the past. I can do it again, I think. Well, the grief group also reminded me to start with my feet. As many of you know, body scan meditations are great for reminding us to be in the present moment. Meditations that make us aware of our senses also can help us to be in the present moment. I can wake up and drink my coffee and be grateful just for the taste of coffee. I can snuggle my dog and be grateful. I can be grateful for a hot shower. I can plant iris bulbs and be grateful. I can call a family member or a friend and be grateful for our conversation. During the beginning of this fall season, which today is the start, it's the equinox, we are reminded to appreciate the beauty that surrounds us. We are reminded to appreciate the life of a leaf that falls back into the soil and becomes nutrients for new life. I know a lot of us here practice being grateful when we are out in nature and the beauty. Just being aware and noticing the small things can really help. I have also really liked the practice of checking in with groups of people by saying a rose, a thorn, and a bud, which I have a poster paper up that you all can write some of yours. So a rose is something you are grateful for in that moment. A thorn is something you are not so grateful for and that can be painful. And a bud is something in the future that is blooming and a positive thing to look forward to. So for example, here are my rosebud and thorn check-ins for today. So my rose, I'm grateful for all that my dad has given me and the time I was able to spend with him. Thorn, grief is hard and painful. Bud, I'm looking forward to our ministry work here together in this church and beyond our walls, and to see the difference we can make for each other and others in this world. I believe we are co-creating something good, and I am looking forward to our journey together. I really appreciate this rose, thorn, bud practice because it allows for people to be real and honest with how they're doing and what might be going well and what might be going not so well. It is similar to our joys and concerns candles of community area and our practice there. Holding joy and sorrow at the same time allows us to be our full selves. So yes, please feel free at any point during this service to write or draw your rose is over there, your thorn, your bud. And if you want to put your name on it, you can, but you can also draw anonymously or write anonymously. And I won't send these ones out to the community like I did with the de-stressing techniques in one of our last services. So I could rattle off plenty of other gratitude practices that may or may not help. I do have this grief journal, the one I mentioned that my mom gave me. And I did, and I think my mom is watching, so I'll let her know. I did fill out one page, yes. However, I'm not a huge journaler, but it is a tool that I can use when needed. So if you want some gratitude journal pages, let me know. I'll copy them for you. I have also found that practicing forgiveness for ourselves and practicing patience with ourselves is important too. Sometimes you just have to feel the sadness, the anger, the pain, which is so uncomfortable and is hard to do. But there are grief support groups and other support groups where you do not have to experience these emotions alone. Support groups are so important when it comes to being able to deal with the difficulties of life. My grandpa, the one who wrote The Life of a Leaf, who also was a minister in the Presbyterian tradition, he continued to create support groups late into his life when he was struggling with not being able to walk because of neuropathy. He created a neuropathy support group where he was living in Florida. If groups are not your cup of tea, come talk to me or another trusted family member, friend, or therapist about your grief or your blocks to being able to practice gratitude. And I would love to help as I'm still struggling with it. When this topic was brainstormed in our worship and staff team's topics for a Sunday service, we were thinking that cultivating a culture of gratitude and appreciation here in our church and even in our community could be good to do, especially in this time when a lot of people are experiencing more division. We are being fed unhealthy division, so why not instead focus on healthy practices of gratitude and appreciation? In our staff meetings, we have added gratitudes to our agenda. As we close out our meetings, we recall gratitudes for people in our church community and then write thank you cards to those mentioned. By fostering a culture of gratitude and appreciation, our hope is that people will experience more love and more support here within our walls. The last practice that has helped me a bit when I am not wanting to practice gratitude is to see the glimmers in life. I've seen posts on Instagram and Facebook about glimmers. So here's a definition. A glimmer is the opposite of a trigger. Glimmers are those micro moments in your day that make you feel joy, happiness, peace, or gratitude. A little piece of awe, something that makes you feel hope. These glimmers remind us to go back to noticing the rainbow in the sky, or the scent of lavender from a candle. A glimmer that I want to share with you to end our time is that of a memory I have of a special time with my dad. During my elementary school years, my family lived in a small town in Minnesota. This was a basketball town. The girls and the guys' high school teams had won the state championships numerous times. I began playing basketball from a young age, and my dad would take me to the high school games, especially the girls' games, because their team was a bit better than the guys, just saying. While we were at the game, my dad would always buy me Wrigley's gum and Tootsie Pops. I think of my dad and those fun times and memories that I had with him growing up. Tootsie Pops are one glimmer in my life that I will share with you after the service, so please grab a Tootsie Pop if you'd like. And maybe this will be a reminder for you to look for the glimmers that might pop up in your life on a daily basis. Practicing gratitude during life's struggles is hard. but I'm finding that it is worth it to try. Writing this sermon and attending the grief group are steps towards being able to engage with life's joys, life's glimmers. Also, if you want to practice gratitude and being mindful while noticing the small things through a time of quiet and contemplation, join me and John Ambrosiano, who leads our Buddhist meditation group, as we begin in October on Tuesdays from 4 to 6 p.m., a time for mindful reflection here in our sanctuary. The first 30 minutes will be quiet contemplation with tea, meditative music, and videos of nature, and some mandala coloring if you'd like that too. The time from 4:30 to 5:30 will be a guided meditation, and the last 30 minutes will be time for socializing. Come for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or the whole thing. I will be engaging in this practice with you as I will try to allow time in my busy schedule for being in the present moment and mindful. John and I would love for you to join us if you would like. It starts on October 1st. And there's more information about this mindful reflection time on the table in the foyer, so you can grab a flyer. So, okay, here we go. Trying to engage with a gratitude practice right now. I am grateful for Eric's mustache. I am grateful for the beautiful windows we have here in our sanctuary that we can look out into nature. I'm grateful for all of our kiddos here. Raise your hand if you're a kid. Yes, grateful for you and all the kiddos back there. Yep. I'm grateful for our beautiful music. Thank you all. I'm also grateful for Rebecca's purple hair color. I asked her consent to mention her. I am grateful for our church community being a place where we can be accepted for who we are deep down, even if we're not doing okay. I'm grateful for my dad and our loved ones in this community and beyond who have planted their seeds that have grown into beautiful trees with leaves that drop and now have become the foundation for who we are and the work we do together in community with one another. May you try and find a glimmer, a gratitude each day of your life. Amen, and may it be so.
Thank you, Tina. Reverend Tina. This month's Share the Plate offering goes to the Española Pathways Shelter. All cash and undesignated funds that are received will go directly to the shelter, 100%. Please feel free to use the QR code for the Give the Fi app on the screen. And may the offertory music lift your spirits. May what you give bring you joy. Thank you for your generosity this morning. May these gifts be a blessing to those that are unhoused in our northern New Mexico region. I invite you to please stand and body your spirit and sing our closing song, We Are Blessed.
Let us go from this place, beginning to recognize the glimmers and gratitudes in our daily lives. Amen, and may it be so. And please join for our closing song, The Way. And if you'd like to hold hands, you can. So I invite you to do that if you'd like.